All right, welcome all sprint car drivers back as we get ready to go for 2026. Good to have everybody here. We're going to go over the basics here, and then we'll bring up anything for discussion. We got a few items to talk about. We're going to get to them in a minute. First off, schedules are available. Pass one there. Schedules, we have schedules and karting schedules available in the other room. You get them up here on the table too. Got everything you need right here. Our regular pamphlet schedule is ready to go. We also have souvenir posters for the shop. Grab one on your way out. They're free. So as we get into our regular season, just like normal, 2 tests and tunes, May 1st, May 8th, both Fridays. Then we get into the regular season, which would be Victoria Day weekend, Friday, May 15th. We cruise on Fridays through there until we get to our Outlaw show, which will be Tuesday, July 21st, Wednesday, July 22nd, 2 days. We are off that Friday, and then we're back at it till Championship Friday, which is September 11th, and then the Nationals weekend, which will be Wednesday, September 16th, starting with karting right through Saturday, September 19th with the 360 Nationals. Schedule is pretty much the same as usual. The big change that we're going to have this year will be on schedule is we have 3 nights that we're calling FanFest nights. On those nights, we will be taking away the heats for the mini stocks and thunder stocks. They have a different program on those nights, and we'll get back to the old school autograph sessions where we're shutting down the program for about 30 to 40 minutes and bringing everybody up to the front straight away for the autograph sessions for the fans. It's something we've left behind in about the last 6 or 7 years, but it's something that's important. We got to get back to. So where you see FanFest nights, those are autograph nights. So we'll be for the sprint car classes, doesn't affect you. The Thunder Stocks and Mini Stocks will have an abbreviated program on those nights to facilitate the time we need. Outlaws, once again, as we mentioned, will be Tuesday, July 21st, Wednesday, July 22nd. And pretty straightforward up there. Same classes as last year. Late models on one night, UMP and Canadian mods on the other. Online waivers available now. There's one QR code taped to the door there, and there's one on the other garage door in the other room. Fill out your QR codes right now. Once again, it's an annual waiver. Once you do it once, you're set for the entire season. So let's work. We're asking you to work with your crew. Some of the older people may have an issue getting that done. We ask if you can work with them to get that done ahead of time. It's also on the website. It's also here on all of our schedules as well. So it makes it fairly easy. Once you get that done, it keeps it straight for us. You can do that once. No season memberships again unless you have attendance. If you have perfect attendance from 2025, you still buy your driver membership, which is $50, allows you to collect points and your attendance pass. Once again, if you have perfect attendance in 2026, we'll be offering passes to all events in 2026. So I get free next year if you come to events. Pit parking is limited. It's $250 still reserved. We were talking about another road here, but we're not quite ready to make that happen just yet. It could happen. How all the other construction gets caught up, and as you can see, it's a bit chaotic out here. Glenn's got the house half tore apart. He's got the garage over in the back side. Just on the end, ticket now going to be really good. I think it's come out really nice, and we'll continue to improve the entrance area there. By the time we get to the season, you difference. Everyone knows Glenn's plan is to move that house over to the far side. He's building another house in place of that one. Transponders, it's very important that everybody gets transponders. Once again, we're depleting them every season. We lose about 3 to 4 more. We're down to only about 20 rentals left. So we are jacking the price. You're forced to rent a transponder. If you need one, come and see me. I can get them. We can sell them to you tax-free. We buy them straight up from BRP and sell them back to you at no tax. So if you need that, make sure you get it done. There will come a point in time where we are not going to be renting transponders any longer. If you just show up without one, you're going to run for free or run at the back. So everybody in this room has heard this speech from me for the last 8 to 10 years. It's not getting easier. In fact, it's getting tighter for us. So once again, if you need transponders, last year, as we said, you get 2 rentals and then you just don't going to score you anymore. So We've tried not to be that hard, but we will. So we are actively monitoring who's renting transponders weekly, and they'll be getting a talk to get one. We talked about bubble cars. We can do that. The question was, would we have a bubble car sitting waiting? We have a few thoughts on that. Qualified cars are qualified cars. If you didn't qualify, we're not giving you a free pass in. And just to be clear, if a qualified car doesn't take the green, we are still going to pay them main money in 2026. So if you qualify for the spot and your engine blows coming off, you're still going to get your starting money and get you paid like that. We will not be giving your spot up to a bubble car. Couple other things. Streaming will continue to stream live on GeForce every Friday. That's been a huge success. Still over 20 to 25,000 views weekly. We actually keep pushing that. I hope that everybody's finding that it's working out. For us, it's been great business. It helps us sell a lot of things, and it's been a good time for us here at the Speedway. In a trying economy right now, with things the way they are between the countries and the tariffs and all that, a lot of companies are gun shy about getting involved and spending money that they don't know where they're going to end up with here in the next 6 to 12 months with the uncertainty. I'm proud to say that my team have done a fantastic job. We have pretty much got all of our people back year over year, and the business of Ohsweken Speedway is very good. So that's something, we're getting more and more companies involved every year, and it's continuing to build, trying to do free in place, improve payouts, stuff like that. We'll get to that in a little bit. When it comes to businesses, we've had a good turnover, but for the most part, if you know anybody who wants to get involved, we still have packages available. Let us know. We're willing to work with anybody. If you sponsor, I had a team come to me the other day. They have an oil company they're trying to work with. If you have a big company you're trying to work or something you're trying to land, call us. We'll work with you. If you're trying to get $5,000 out of the company and they're willing to spend 8, buy a billboard at the Speedway and get the other money to you, we'd gladly help you facilitate something like that. We can get you spots on GeForce if it works out. So we're here to work with you on a partnership basis. So if you have anything you need or anything you want to work with that, we can help you out. We try our best to get you guys demographics and all the numbers you might need to help you sell your deal. Along with that being said, you'll see there's 2 partners on every one of the nights we've got here now. In order to secure your business as one of those nights, you've had to sign up for 40 tickets. So any of the partners coming on are actually bringing a lot of new people to the Speedway. I'm not sure what happened last year. I believe it was August with Alex Shutt. We brought in 800 new people from Instant and adding his customer base. So all of our partners we're working out invitations to them. So I know that the concern is streaming killing racing. I'm going to die on this hill. I think it's making us better than everyone else, giving you guys exposure. It's continuing to grow. And like I say, if you're not involved now, and a 14-year-old has to be able to find you on his phone, watch you on a Tuesday, come and see, and that's going to drive our business. So between those 2 factors, continuing to push the stream and continuing to work with these businesses to fill our pits, we have done 45 invitations out to businesses this year, all targeting over more new people. So these are new people who've never been to the Speedway that they're inviting their customer base. And I've said it for years. If you bring us 10,000 people that have never been to Ohsweken Speedway, I'll give you 10,000 tickets today to get them here once, because they got to try it out. They got to see what we do. And that's how we're going to continue to build it. And this is something where we need your partnerships to continue to build this together, because we're in this together. But, we're trying to be good partners in this. Just to try and work out, keep things strong. I would go on the limb. They were probably the strongest pack anywhere here in Canada. Not North America. We are here. It's every our class. Crazy to we have drivers now that can go win into things that it would have been a joke to say that 10 years ago that our guys are going to dominate the podium at a place like that. And now guys are tough to beat. You look at the Nationals, the numbers are down. 75 cars we used to have, we got about 55 now. We've lost some of our regulars, the Hoopin brothers, the Brown brothers, lots of guys like that. Chris Steele, that's 5 right off the top, who were in us now. But I think it comes down to, because our guys aren't easy picking no more. You got to really come in if you're ready to race Ohsweken. It's not coming in to wash out. So I'm not worried about those. I think it's simply a product of, the talent and the ability you guys into it now. those are the main things I've got as far as the business of it goes. We're going to talk about a new format here, both classes in a minute. The other thing that was brought up to me was payouts for 360 sprint cars. In some instances, through positions 2 through 7, in some instances, the grades were at the same or better. We have added between our new format where we're going to have 7 Top Gun Award winners each night, two divisions, sorry, and increased payouts from positions 2 to 7 for the 360 sprints. We're adding another $1,000 to our purse. And I got the layout here. If anybody wants to see it, come up and see it later. Basically, rates will be the same, but because you just got a pay raise a year ago. 360 sprints will be 2,000 to win, 1,200, 1,000, 800, 750, 650, 500, down to 375 for 8th. So that's through positions 5 or 7. Some positions got a $200 raise. So, good. Okay. So, next thing we're going to talk about is new sprint car format before we get into rules. The new sprint car format, I'm sure everybody saw it on the group chat. Drivers will draw to determine your starting groups. So you won't be in pill draw anymore. This is both classes. So if you didn't see it, we're going to a performance base, even for the crates, the total draw system. Drivers will draw to determine your starting groups, the top 6 360s, and the top 8 crates. Finishers from the previous race who are in attendance do not have to draw. They will be equally seated into their groups. So I'll stop there. For example, we've been doing this with the 360s last year. You guys should be up to speed on that. We take in first place driver. They will go in group number from the previous group number 1. So 2 around until we get to group 1 again, where 5th will be some 5th in group 2nd and 6th group 2, and so on and so forth. Why we do that is so we don't have all the top 8 drivers in one group battling for the spots. It gives even seeding. Any question on that far? I know a couple at it. For the 360s, it's fairly straightforward. 2 timed hot laps per group, similar to the 360s. If a driver brings out a yellow, they lose their best time. The fast timer in each group will receive a $100 Ackland Insurance Done bonus. Nathan, thank you. Up when we was out, it was originally going to be $50. Nathan said, let's move the Top Gun to this. So thank you, Nathan. With the upgraded 360 payouts and new bonuses, we've added over $20,000 to the 360 payouts this year. Crates, you're adding about 6,500 more to your payouts over the course of the year as well. It's interesting. Fast timer in each group will receive Ackland Insurance Top Gun bonus award, and then the top 4 times would be inverted. So, for example, if you're a fast timer in your group, you will start 4th in your heat. Your fast time will start 3rd, right up to 4th place will be on the pole. Positions 5 will line up they timed in, so we'll be inverting the top 4 in each heat group. The top 2 finishers from the heats will go to the redraw. 3rd, 4th, and 5th heat finishers will line up after the redraw cars, and slice on back will go to the B for the crates. And if you're a 360, you just fall in where you fall in unless we have a B main. B mains will be lined up off of heat finishes. Be passing points anymore. Not that there were in the B anyways, but you be lined up straight up. You finish in your heat. For the main, the top 8 crates will redraw, and the top 6 3/6 will draw. Positions 9 to 20 are lined up. Position 21, we line up off the B main for the crates. 360s, the top 724 off the heat finishes. Any questions? Go ahead.
What is the logic of moving 4 in the heat time cuts?
Because we need to make some entertainment here. So as much as we need to, the fast guys, we're trying to make some entertainment here. So it's not a reward to, it's not to go back to be in the top 4. You got to pass 2 cars to make it in the redraw.
Is we pull time because we start at 4. I realize Nathan's giving us $100. That, but we come here to win $2,000. Not to get. 4 pills, 0 3 pills. You, the fastball uphill, you can be 0. You're promoting the same day.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Sandbag and risk your whole night to mess around with times. Please do it. We're trying to make entertainment here. We can't just have parade. It does us no good to put Westbrook on the runaway.
The Outlaws do it. AFCS does it. Everybody else does it.
I understand. I understand.
We're not always fast guy, but our goal is to go fast. Anybody here will probably tell you the same thing.
I get it. But like I said, you're going to start up for you pass 2 cars to make the redraw. That's it. We're not changing. This is the way it's going to be. What's that?
I knew you made up one. I just thought I would come up with a better plan. So,
We got to steer the boat a little bit.
that was wrong.
Yeah, but then you're going to have 0, 1, 2, and 6. You're going to get paid for it. And that's the way it is. Thank you. Any other questions? What's that? I'll tell you what. So we have an open draw system, right? And we went away from that. And last year, we hated it. We were not liking how this whole thing did. Giving guys a free run. You shouldn't be a hot lap. Free pass. And that's what we were getting last year. So we're going to the system. It's the way it's going to be. And everybody's going to have to live it. Anything else? Who's anybody? Everybody hated it. I know the crates are loving it. So the 360s last year, we had an issue. One driver came up, complained they should have been in the deal, and then we realized what we had. That system, we like it that you have because you get lucky in your hot lap that you get a free pass into the A. We're trying to put on entertainment. We're trying to race. And I don't think it's going to be an issue for these guys. You know, we should be able to work it out. They're the fastest guys should be able to pass 1 or 2 guys and get in that redraw. So we provide entertainment for us. We've got all these systems in the world. We go handicapping. We try open draw. This is a good mix of both. This is a very simple format for everybody to follow. We're trying to build an audience here online. And the passing points, it's confusing as all hell. And I don't know how many nights we have a guy coming up to me at the end of the day who's 9th in points and can't understand why he missed it by 1 or 2 spots. This is very clear. It's easy to figure out. I know it's new, but it's going to be all right. Any crates got any questions? No? David? Okay. All right, moving on. All right. One thing was brought up. Was Corey Turner here? He sent me a message. They asked about going single file for heats. How do you guys feel? I'm talking 360s. Single file for heats or double file restarts for heats with a cone?
I would prefer to go single file.
Yeah. You know, nobody's got to vote. We'll go single file restarts for the. Everybody, single file heats, double file for the features.
Does anybody have any concerns on that? Is anybody just for 360s? Priority single. So, all right. No, we're good.
Okay. Issues. We're clear. Both divisions are on the new tires. Okay, on the medium one, plated medium one, they're calling it, and the D12A for the left rear for both classes. Okay, so the old lefters won't be allowed anymore, and the old HTC are not anymore. For crates, the entire crate is moving that way. Even the other tracks. So Brockville, all us, Can-Am going to do the same, and everybody's going to be on that same page. So that's good for us. We have those battles. We move around, and when they try to come here, we'll all be on the same tires. So that's a good thing there. The question we had about was air filters, and Mike will talk about that. It's a 14. It's a 4-inch, right? 4-inch air filter. It's got the rubber gasket on top. So The element is still 4 inches, but the rubber gasket, which is the seal, gets crammed down a little bit. We have an issue with that. And here's where it comes down. One of our teams works with Double One. They tested the oil and they said the crate oil was a lot dirtier than the 3. So the way we can help them kind of cramp it down. So the element is still 4, but the rubber gasket is that correct? Rubber gasket. So if you measure it, it might be like
Right.
a fragment higher, but when you look at this little 4-inch element.
Yeah. So it's still the maximum amount of air that you can go.
Okay, so we will allow.
Oh, 100%.
What? Anybody know? The walker. We will allow the walker filter for the crates.
Okay, that's good. Good.
I think that's all I have off the top of my head. Anything else anybody wants to talk about? Okay. Yeah. Where's the SS and what's they're a 2-inch, and you want to go to a smaller one or a bigger one? So we want to allow a 2-inch on a flat to be the same as the SS and the GLSS. Yeah, does anybody have an issue with that? I don't see a problem. That's a quick change. It's cheap. It puts us in line with them, and it also makes them not have to change when we mix those races. I realize the GLSS just changed. If we got everybody on one tire, they switched back to American Racer. I have worked with Barry, and he did contact us before and said he would work with us at the race. We don't know what it's going to be, but I don't see all you guys having to buy a tire and race on that deal. So we're going to work it out with Barry and figure that one out and figure out where we're going to go with that. Nate.
ESS comes in, which rules are we going?
Yeah, so when we invite them in, we have to go by their rules. Okay, so it's their challenge rules. And it'd be like the options for Ron Brockville and say, well, you just really can't run the time, can't do this. So we work in a partnership with them to try and work it out. But those 2 nights are their nights. That's where we will figure out with you guys whether we make that member points or I think actually we just did no points at all. So you guys, if you don't want to come, you have to. They've got pocket adjustments and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So as much as my big was to, before Barry switched was to put heat on the ESS to drop all that and get in line with us, but that's all out the window now. Barry wrote me, so I don't blame Barry for watching. You can understand why he did it, but yeah, for us, it's a little bit tougher there. We're still gonna have to work down, but I think a 2-inch could work. Yeah, in the back. Yeah, Barry just sent me a message there, said the dealer's right by us, and I obviously knew. We'll have to figure out what we're doing on that. Because Barry's still running tour too, right? So we have to figure out how those tires work together. We're going to work it out, and this could be the year where we booked it, and if it doesn't work out, we don't get the car count because of the tire situation. Maybe we can't keep this marriage going, but we'll see how it goes in hopes of keeping it going. Our feeling is that the more we keep them involved throughout the summer, the more they're going to invest in our bigger events. They'll come to the Nationals if they see what we've got here. Don't ever invite them. They maybe aren't going to take that one-off deal, but I think the past couple of years, until our track catastrophe this year, we were making good progress bringing them all back, and then we had a shitty track we ever had in 10 years here that night. So, I mean, that didn't do us any favors, and I find myself apologizing to them still about that night. None of us here are happy with that, sure. Any other things? So I don't have an issue going to a 2-inch wicker. Jamie? I got Okay, Jamie, I think we'd probably be better just stay with a flat and 2 and nothing on the dish.
Well, yeah, if I can remember the different wicker.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Anybody have an issue with that? No, we're trying to. Ultimately, our goal is try and keep things cost effective for you guys, so you don't have to go buy a bunch of new stuff. That's why a wicker bill rule is fairly easy to adjust. Now, crates. Does that mean we're going to a 2-inch wicker as well? No,
Too much.
it's too much. Okay. All right. Stick to one. All your 1 inches back to the crates, and we'll see where we are for next year. All right. So it's a 2-inch on a flat for a 360, a 1-inch on a flat for a crate, because we don't need it 70 guys changing. Who said that in the back? I actually agreed with you.
With the choose cone.
For the 360.
Yeah. 360s, are you guys all right with the choose cone in the A main still? Or do you guys want to just switch back up to? I don't think anybody moves. Like, it's a waste of time from the tower's point of view. We're running that out, and the only one that's moving up might be the 16th place car. One position. Are you guys all right with scrapping the choose cone? Or are we keeping the cone? When we get a show of hands for keeping the choose cone,
That sells it.
show
One.
of hands for getting rid of it. Thank you. Um,
What situation? Original or restart? Well, it's been the chalk lines to start.
chalk lines on original starts, and then there's the restart zone on the restart.
Well,
Wait for the-
yeah. Here, what do you feel about? That in a minute. So, the option is okay. So, on an original start, nobody has the advantage there. Nobody's getting that advantage yet, right? You're supposed to be even. On a restart, you have a leader, so that leader with restart box gets to use a bit of game tip, if you will, the strategy. If we're in the chalk line as we were, it's just at the chalk line. From us, I don't think we care either way. So what do the drivers want? That's where we need to hear from you. 360s for the restart. Do you want a restart zone? Show your hand now. If you want just a straight line, show your hand now. We got one. Okay. That. Okay. Your thoughts on it?
I like the restart zones. I don't like. I think it takes gamemanship out of everybody, and
And then there's, maybe some fall back, and that's why, maybe, I definitely think there should be, maybe fall, right? Have that in 6 months.
yeah, that corrector. So,
You said it.
but no, and you're right. Like, there is the gamemanship of it, and that's the advantage of being the. I mean, it takes everything and the leader and puts it back on the front row. Is my viewpoint from the tower. You guys are ones in the car. That's up to you guys. But it's your call.
That some get smaller this year.
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Right now, there's 2 cones that are tight together on some.
Oh, we'll take a look at it. I mean, we can take a look at it. Practice it. Where I'm sitting, it looks the same. We can look at how big it is, and if we've got to adjust it, we can adjust it.
Okay, the other question got up on single file restarts, and this is mainly for 360s as well in heats. You have drivers, so the best way I can describe it is, the leader's coming through, and then you have a second car that's cheating to the inside. And if the leader wants to run around the top, you got drivers that are sneaking to the inside and getting a run. And at the Nationals, that actually happened to our leader. The leader broke, went down, and there was a car on the inside left. You got cheating way too far up the inside. So the problem I have is if somebody wants to run right in the flats We can't force everybody to run right up there, nose to tail, behind them, way around, all the way. And by vice versa, if we have a newcomer who doesn't know right down to the spot, expect our veterans to be riding the tire track mud along the bottom of the. So I would like to see it, and I haven't really got to talk to Dave about it. My feeling on this rule, after reviewing a bunch of videos, at no point should the second place car have their front bumper anywhere parallel or front of or inside the driver in front. So if you're sneaking bumper up inside their crasher, that's a callback, and you're going to be penalized, probably 2 spots for that. I think is what we'll be doing on that. So what we have is, so as a leader, you have the right single file to run where you want. We can't make the entire field, but like next to down a little bit, but I would call it almost like a wheel track rule, not right in the wheel, but example, the leader's left side, right side can't be any further than. So you kind of got to be in line with them, no more. So you can cheat out maybe half, 3/4 of a car length, but any more than, we're going to call that back, and you're going to get penalized. Anybody have any questions or under what we're talking about there? Okay, so we've seen it. I got probably 5 videos sent to me where it happened multiple times last year, where drivers are running the flat, and this happens. This project here because we're 8 lanes wide, so you can run right around the top. But again, if the leader wants to run up in the rumble, I don't expect the second guy to get there and all that dirty crap either. But got to kind of be within reason, reasonably in line, and we'll use the wheels as the guide. Everybody follow that? Understand where we are with that? Is that fair? Follow me? Okay. So most of the things in. Anybody have anything else they'd like to discuss before we get into tech issues? No? Okay. Dave and I will be posting by Tuesday a general setup where we're going with our rules of the Thunder stock and mini stock are governed by the OD. So they're on the Ontario Dirt Comp website. Our rules, we have a set of crate rules have now been rebranded Action Sprint Tour rules. That is in order to keep all of the other running crates on the same package as us, because they don't feel comfortable telling the crates to run the Ohsweken rule book. It's much easier for them to tell them to run the Sprint Tour rule book. So our crates will adhere to that as well. And now they don't have to hear, well, this is Speedway, this is Can-Am, right? So we're all governed off that. 360s have our own set of rules, and they'll be posted. And then we're going to have procedural rules. And this is where we kind of missed it last year. They weren't clearly posted all the same for 20 years. Like, change, can you drive to all those? So those would be procedural rules for all 4 classes. And then technical rules. So procedural rules for everybody on the rule website. You want to talk about for 360s, Mike Kelly?
I don't think so. Is it the helmet rule is 2020?
Yeah, the helmet rule for 360s and crates is going to be Snell 2020 now. So your helmet's got to be a Snell 2020 if you're racing sprint cars. Okay. Go karts, not, we maybe let him go another year or two, but 360s and crates, you guys, most dangerous stuff, you got to have the right helmet, and it's a Snell 2020 thing. Also cannot be expired, but that's pretty much goes out saying now. Anything else, Mike Kelly? 360? Any 360 technical rule is the belts typically are 3 years, I believe. Mike, 3 years?
Yeah, 3-2.
But it's different now.
Expiry date.
So they have an expiry date. So if you're going to buy new belts, you want to look, make sure they're the latest ones they have, because what happens is a speed shop, they have a set of belts sitting on their shelf for a year and a half. It's taking away those months off what they're valued. You get them, you only got a year and a half maybe left of it. So you got to be very careful. Look at the date, try and get the best date you can for the manufacturer. That out. It used to be they stamped when they made it, and they let you run those for 3 years. Now they've changed to an expiry date. It says this belt expires on August 2026. So our insurance is not going to allow you guys to run with what's expired. So that's why, hey, we don't want to about this. And a lot of times we are looking at belts that guys are throwing out that get out of them. Or, for example, someone like Mikey at the back. He bought brand new belts. He raced one year, and the car sat there for two. The belts, belts have 2 races on them, but you got to throw them out because they're expired, as they say. So it's just something that we love it. It's an FSI thing that we're just stuck with. So we can't really do anything but abide by those laws, kind of. Anything else for 360? Chris, any technical rules other than the air filter and the tires that we've discussed? Yes, sir.
Just going to get through all classes. Not safety thing or the front bumper.
Transponder?
No, the bumper itself.
Uh-huh.
So we're running a single bar. So we're running a cutting like a double bar. And the single bar pump. If someone doesn't line up with a bumper, they come down, get the tape out. That would have to do us a little bit. So it's it could be that double is long.
This for us to say that was a lot of other stuff already built, but it's something we can look at to adopt in years to come. That makes sense. Yeah. So the comment is with the single front crashers or bumpers on some of the cars, if you have double, it saves the car better. You're not just running that bar and getting hooked. The other ones are mashing them up. For now, we're going to stick. We'll look into that. Consider that going to the front end. Yeah, we'll look into that. Anything else? Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Wow, peaceful. All right, well, schedules are up front. Once again, if you need parking, talk to Tina. She'll sign you up. If you need specific spots, let me know. We'll work to get that done. I think that's what we had here today. That's all for us. You got anything else? Yes, Terry. Yeah.
Like again, I think the whole deal, but that's twice on because he stops at the little shed, but you can't see around the corner. So there's cars flying by.
I'll work with Jerry to get that done. I know it's a pain in the ass for you guys. I gotta tell you, it's the one hits we have here with new people coming in to be able to experience a place like that. So it's not going away. I'll work with Jerry to get it scheduled. I talked to some of the other teams. The hot laps and heat in the motors is the worst time for him to be there. Any part of the other night, like just in regular heats, I think it's okay. But there's a couple points in the night when it's too chaotic. So we will work on that. Yes. Yep.
So many people get the same dude because they told them. And the quads should be the third. So everybody down turn one can actually get down there. Just double up the quads. But there should be someone there trying to control that.
Yeah, we're working on getting a crossing guard right there, a flagman right in that corner. My plan is to get a.
Same thing. It's the well, you got crates lining up, one coming out. I didn't get it.
It is chaotic at that time, so we'll do our best to try and take some of those problems away from you. In a perfect day, one day we'll have a walkover, but for now, we're kind of stuck with where we are. We actually talked about, is there potential one day of entering and exiting at this end? Could you come on there and come off there at the same time and close this total entrance? So you could see that happening where you're coming off there as if you're, and otherwise everybody would often take that our right hand of the hill, but tracks it. At that point, we would probably put a divider down the middle, have an on lane, and off lane, let it done for queues from the bigger tracks. Still trying to figure that out. That you get hurt, you got that corner. Anything else? All right, thanks. You can sign up with Tina, get your registration done, pay for your parking, and anything you need over there. We're going to take it.